At 9, Kobe Bean Bryant. How we feel?
Boy, look.
Higher, lower? You not
I
be on the list?
would like
I
to
mean,
avoid Kobe Hive. I'm gonna chuck this one up to I'm gonna throw the alley oop to Ashley Griffin. What you got?
Crazy.
I just
Can't say the
for
other.
a guy that basically had two NBA careers, where if we divide them up as individual players, they would each have a Hall of Fame career. Feels low. Um, but I just have to keep in mind, like Miguel keeps reminding me, this is greatest athlete of all time. So this is a bunch of sports. I'm keeping an open mind as we get through this list. But nine,
Are you saying like low as in he should be like closer to top five, or honorable mention?
closer to top five. I mean, low as in this is too low for top 10. He needs to be maybe top five. I would say top five.
I think
Top
I think his
top seven.
icon status brings him closer to top five. I think Kobe Hive, bear with me. Um, I guess I'm getting into the nitpicking of the sport in terms of, volume and, efficiency. But his impact was undeniable as a player. So, just based on his Olympic experience alone with that Redeem team, kind of showed who he was. And I can't hate on that. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But I was almost thinking the opposite of what you were thinking, Ashley, in terms of low in a certain way. I think, someone like Simone Biles could be above a beam. But
Please tell why. Please, please, please.
like I said, if Simone Biles was able to take 1,000,000 shots and win an X amount, but she's been so perfect that we can only critique, that one moment, that one slip up where she had to like sit out for what she was doing. But the middle of Bean's career, even though statistically, Hall of Fame career, without certain people in his corner, does his career resemble what it does for other
Without
players that are in the sport?
who are those certain people? Pau Gasol?
Well, I mean, Shaquille O'Neal for the first three. And then, yeah, I mean, after that, they definitely gave him something because when he didn't, you know, it was not pretty. He was threatening different places. 1 second, y'all. Uh,
No.
but yeah, if I can, prolong this to, really have Kobe Hive sting me up. Like I said, there's nothing really bad I can say about the icon status and who he was as a player. And when I get into the basketball sense of it, I mean, on some of our top 5 lists, he wasn't in the top 5 basketball players of all time. But in terms of athletes, this is why I understand why he does land in this conversation. So that's my belief. That is my, because when we win in those top 10 for NBA lists, it's just like it's a different way of looking at it. But that's all.
Miguel, a lot of interesting points. I fall in the middle of both of your points. I could see how someone looks at Kobe's career, especially if you're talking about impact, influence, and legacy, and say that he should be top 5. I could also see how, depending on how you view basketball as a sport, whether you want to get really into the weeds of that conversation or you're just looking at athletes all around, how he could be considered an honorable mention for those same reasons. So I think it all just depends on the purpose of your list and how you went about making it. But I'm not mad at him at 9. I'm not mad that he makes the list. But whether he went higher, whether he was an honorable mention, I would have been indifferent. I wouldn't have felt any particular way about that.
I think 60 points in his final game in the NBA puts him squarely in a top 10 list. I think that incredible.
Fair.
I'll leave it at that.